First tonight, we're learning more after 5 people were shot in a mass shooting in Dayton on Sunday. We now have the 911 call made and new information from DPD.
In fact, Jenna Lee Bork is now joining us live outside of the Dayton Police Department tonight. Now, Jenna Lee, you were at that press conference earlier today, but where does that investigation stand at this hour?
Well, Adam and Elise, this is an ongoing investigation, but police do not have any leads on a suspect. DPD is asking for the public's help to find out who fired those shots. I spoke with a community member today who says there's been too much gun violence this summer and wants something to change.
We just really want all the violence to stop. It's unnecessary, and people are just really feeling uncomfortable, and we need the cops to do something about it and help.
This summer has seen a lot of gun violence, especially on the west side of Dayton, and it continued over Labor Day weekend. Around 5:30 a.m. Sunday, a woman called 911 reporting a shooting that happened in West Dayton in the 1100 block of North Gettysburg Avenue.
Can we please get an ambulance? We got multiple people shot right here on Gettysburg. I don't know the address. It's on Gettysburg. This man has been shot. Please call the police. Please hurry up.
DPD Major Brian Johns says 5 people were hurt in the shooting. They're all expected to survive. Each victim got to Miami Valley Hospital by car. The ages of the victims range from 21 years old to 36. We also got more information about the area where this happened.
That location there on Gettysburg is what we call a boot joint, or an after-hours alcohol like premise. This was one that was more the younger type crowd where we have some issues with things like this occurring.
Major Johns says this is not the first shooting they've had at an after-hours liquor establishment. DPD is now asking the community to come forward because it doesn't have a lead on a suspect. Major Johns saying police believe one person fired multiple rounds into the crowd. He adds DPD knows people were there who know what happened and hopes someone will step up and help solve this crime because it's been an unprecedented couple of months.
It has been a tough summer. We have had an increase in both homicides and shootings.
Rames also sending a message to youth in the community.
The young people, the ones that are carrying guns and doing things they shouldn't be doing, put the guns down because it's just too much violence going on. It's too much.
DPD is asking anyone with information to call Miami Valley Crime Stoppers at 937-222-STOP. Callers can remain anonymous. Back to you in studio.
Jenna Lee, thank you. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office also investigating a shooting in Harrison Township. Now, deputies say they responded to a speedway on North Dixie just before 9 last night after reports of a person shot. When they got there, they found a man who had driven himself to that gas station with a gunshot wound. Deputies say the shooting itself happened on Neff Road. The victim was taken to the hospital. We are still working to learn his condition.
Now, the man charged in the murder of a pregnant woman and a teen has pled not guilty. 32-year-old Nico Cunningham Jr. is now facing several charges, including involuntary manslaughter. Cunningham is accused of shooting and killing 32-year-old Precious Taste and 16-year-old Deontay Johnson back in May. The defense filed a motion to suppress evidence. The hearing for that will be in December.
We also now know 2 people are facing charges after a robbery at a McDonald's in Xenia. Xenia police say 28-year-old Sean Smith is charged with aggravated robbery and tampering with evidence. 22-year-old Rebecca Shepard charged with complicity to aggravated robbery. Police say last Saturday Smith was armed with a gun when he threatened employees to open the safe. When the employees couldn't get it open, Smith ran. Police say Shepard drove him there to and from the robbery. Both are being held in the Greene County Jail.
An Indiana man behind bars tonight after a chase ended in a pond. Now, the Darke County Sheriff's Office says it all started when a deputy stopped a car early this morning near the intersection of State Route 49 and Hog Path Road in Greenville. During the stop, the deputy saw drugs in the car. When asked to get out of the car, that suspect, 33-year-old Michael Johnson, reportedly grabbed the drugs and drove off. Deputy used stop sticks, causing Johnson to lose control and drive into a pond. Johnson then got out of the car and ran, but was eventually found. He's now being held in the Darke County Jail.
The Ohio State Highway Patrol releasing statistics from Labor Day weekend across the state. We now know that there were 15 deadly crashes around the state. 6 of those were found to have been OVI related. 7 of those people were not wearing seatbelts during the crash. Troopers made more than 300 arrests for impaired driving. 50 were drug related. More than 930 citations were also issued for distracted driving. In total, troopers responded to 519 crashes, made more than 25,000 traffic contacts.
If you've ever had the idea of starting your own business, now might be your chance. Launch Dayton is hosting Startup Week from September 10th to 12th. Lydia Bice spoke to the Entrepreneurs Center today and shares how they inspire future business owners in our community.
Launch Dayton Startup Week is a chance for entrepreneurs or those looking to start a business here in the Miami Valley to meet new people, network, and really learn what it takes to make their dream become a reality. Andy Cottrell, president of Rushlight Ventures, has been in the corporate world for many years and has been coming to Startup Week since it began back in 2016. He says he originally came to Startup Week to help other people, but now he says it's been much more than that.
To give before you get ecosystem. So I really went into Startup Week with very low expectations of getting anything of value. But that's not what happened, which is why I've been back year after year.
At Startup Week, you'll see keynote speakers and classroom-type settings where you'll learn things like bookkeeping, marketing, and much more. Now, if you're looking to start a business here in the Miami Valley, it is not too late to sign up for Startup Week. I've attached the link to register in the web version of this story on Dayton247now.com. Back to you.
Well, we had a beautiful sunset here in the Miami Valley, and if you missed it, don't worry. We got you covered right here.
Yeah, we got lots of pictures that were chimed in to us. They're on our Facebook page too, but I got this one to share with you guys right now. Yeah, Lisa captured this beautiful shot. Just an interesting cloud formation with some mid and high level clouds made for beautiful colors in the sky this evening. So thanks, Lisa, for sending this in. If you have a picture, I'd love to see it and share it. You could chime it in. Head to our website, Dayton247now.com. Click chime in. We may share your photos on air and online, of course. Temperatures across the area, though, it's been just a nice day. Beautiful sunset to end the day, and now we have temperatures that are very pleasant as well. 60s and 50s. We got 60 in Dayton, 63 in Sydney, 59 up in Bellefontaine right now. In dew points, this is that measure of moisture in the air. They're hanging out in the 40s, so that's pretty low. It is very dry out there. Moisture is going to start to increase, though, especially by the end of the week. That's when we have some rain that makes its way in. Until then, we start to see those temperatures climb. 50s in the morning, 80s for the afternoon. I'll talk about those rain chances coming up.
Well, some exciting news for local organizations and charities around the Miami Valley. The Dayton Foundation approving nearly $117,000 for 26 local nonprofits to help them continue their missions and help the Dayton community. Kasha Hancock caught up with a couple of the organizations who got the grant today, joins us live outside of one right now, so they got to be pretty excited about this.
Yeah, Adam, that's right. They're extremely excited. Big Brothers Big Sisters of Greater Miami Valley, where I am right now, who received $6,000, and the Artemis Center, who received $3,600. Both tell me that they're extremely honored to be able to have this funding to continue their mission in the city.
We have served hundreds and hundreds and thousands of kids and really, help them to graduate from high school to become successful working adults, contributing back to, a strong community like Dayton.
Since 1958, Big Brothers Big Sisters has connected children in Dayton to caring adults who mentor them and help build their confidence. And the Artemis Center has been helping survivors of domestic violence for nearly 4 decades. They tell me it's something both men and women go through.
Domestic violence is typically underreported, so we really don't know, but the statistics tell us 1 in 3 women will experience domestic violence in their lifetime and 1 in 10 men.
Now the Dayton Foundation is giving out nearly $117,000 as part of its Basic Human Needs grants. Leaders from both organizations tell me they're beyond grateful for this new funding, which will help them have a bigger impact on local families' lives.
A time where, they're stretching their dollars farther and farther and farther. And so without these, we're being able to provide, support for, bill assistance, food, IT technology supports, school clothes.
So it helped with diapers and pull-ups, which we know is so expensive. They also provided bus passes, and we know transportation can be a big challenge for survivors in our community.
I asked the Dayton Foundation about these grants. They sent me a statement which says, in part, quote, "We're grateful to have a fund at the Dayton Foundation that allows us to specifically help address basic needs in our region. Since we have 4 grant cycles for this fund each year, we're able to help multiple nonprofits address these needs." Kiefer tells me although they work hard helping 5,000 domestic violence survivors each year, community support is crucial.
And we can't help survivors all by ourselves. We need support. We need funders to help us because it really is an expensive endeavor to help someone get out of an abusive relationship and help get safe.
Pfeiffer also saying it's a great feeling knowing the Dayton Foundation truly sees how important the city's nonprofits are.
What we do is very special, and we see hope in our children every day. And because I get to see that, you know, I believe that Dayton is a strong, thriving community.
To learn more about these organizations and to see what other local organizations receive funding, just head over to the web version of this story on Dayton247now.com. Back to you.
Gotcha. Thank you. State officials coming to the defense of Ohio's ban on foreign campaign contributions. The legal action they're now taking to court next.
Access to fresh food can be hard to come by here in the Miami Valley. What some local organizations are asking you to do to help those experiencing food insecurity.
Plus, I'm tracking a big warm up before we cool off yet again. I'll time it out for you. That's coming up. Here's a live look from our Eco Plumber Skycam. You're watching Dayton 24/7 now.
The Sports Desk is
September is Hunger Action Month, and since food can be harder for many to access in the fall and winter, local organizations are stressing some important ways that you can help this month. Eli Burgett brings us what those organizations are asking for and how they're working to meet the need.
Well, for September, these organizations are calling upon the public to take action, hunger action, that is, and you can help by volunteering and donating. The Dayton Food Bank has announced several events all throughout the month, and our local food pantries and farmers markets have already begun distributing food to those experiencing food insecurity.
We distributed 18 million pounds of food last year, and we are seeing an increase in need due to inflation, due to back to school. So this month is very important to us for the community to take action.
The Dayton Food Bank says that quality food is generally less accessible in fall and winter months, and September, Hunger Action Month, is a crucial month to receive donations. The Fairborn Fish Food Pantry kicked off their Hunger Action Month by hosting a family safety event this afternoon, and with the help of Sam's Club, they distributed food to more than 200 families. The Dayton Food Bank will be back at 2nd Street Market for their food drive at 9 a.m. this Saturday. And the Food Bank's full calendar of events and ways to get involved can be found on our website, Dayton247now.com. Back to you.
The Jeff Schmidt Auto Group in Fairborn at the Fairborn Fish Family Safety Event to help the cause too, making a $5,000 donation and child car seats to Fairborn community members. And the Fairborn Fire Department was also there to help properly install them and conduct vehicle safety reviews, along with various health organizations conducting free health checkups. All right, let's give you a live look from our Eco Plumber Sky Cam over Beaver Creek tonight. Beautiful night as you step outside. Let's check in with Natalie.
Just a really nice evening out there. We have some high cirrus clouds streaming through. This is what helped make a beautiful sunset this evening. Most of those situated along and south of I-70. We'll continue to see cloud cover here and there through the overnight hours. Same thing with the day tomorrow, but really that's just about it, impacting our weather as well as a warm up. Southerly winds returning now that high pressure is off to our east. Staying pretty calm, but we have a warm up on the way before we have our next cold front that'll make its way through. So until that cold front arrives, temperatures are going to be climbing. Heading into the overnight hours, not quite as cool tonight. We'll be in the 50s, mid-80s tomorrow afternoon. So for this time of the year, that's pretty hot. We'll be above normal for this time of the year. Same thing with our Thursday. In fact, highs close to 90 degrees. Thankfully, it's not going to be terribly humid, but definitely going to feel summer-like for our Thursday. It'll be another quiet one. It's not until we head into our Friday we start to see rain and thunderstorm chances increase. This will be for the second half of the day on Friday. Plan on scattered rain. Thunderstorms begin to make their way into the area as this cold front makes its way through. Can't rule out a stronger storm or two, so we'll be monitoring that closely, especially given this is Friday evening, so football Friday night will be ongoing. So I'll be monitoring that for our Friday. Once that front moves through, much cooler air slides in. A nice taste of fall yet again for this weekend, and you'll see that here. Mid-upper 80s next several days, lower 70s Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, back into the upper 70s. But overall, looking really nicely over these next several days. I'll have a look at our 7-day coming up here in just a bit.
Ohio Secretary Frank LaRose and Attorney General Dave Yost now taking legal action to defend Ohio's ban on foreign campaign contributions. A federal judge recently blocked the law, citing First Amendment protections and taking issue with the definition of a foreign national. The law was designed to prevent foreign influence in statewide ballot issue campaigns. Now LaRose and Yost are asking the court to either pause the ruling while the case is appealed or to enforce the parts the judge did find constitutional. In a statement, LaRose says in part, quote, "The people of Ohio have made it clear that our elections are only for citizens. We're especially not going to let foreign billionaires try to buy our Constitution."
And as the general election approaches, some important dates to keep in mind. Military and overseas absentee voting begins on the 20th. The deadline to register to vote for the November election is October 7th. You can register in person at boards of elections until 9 p.m. or online until 11:59 p.m. Absentee and early in-person voting begins the following day on October 8th. Early in-person voting includes the 2 Saturdays and Sundays before Election Day. And Election Day is November 5th. Polls open at 6:30 in the morning and close at 7:30 that night.
Now to some developing news tonight. Former President Donald Trump pleaded not guilty to special counsel Jack Smith's January 6th case. The plea came in a court filing today where Trump also indicated he wants to be excused from appearing in person at Thursday's hearing. The judge's next final steps will be to decide how to continue with the case, including a schedule and whether prosecutors can actually take Trump to trial and call certain witnesses.
The DOJ has charged several senior Hamas leaders over the October 7th terrorist attack. That indictment marks the first criminal step by the department to hold people accountable for the attack against Israeli civilians. 5 defendants are facing 7 charges, including terrorism.
As outlined in our complaint, Those defendants, armed with weapons, political support, and funding from the government of Iran and support from Hezbollah, have led Hamas's efforts to destroy the state of Israel and murder civilians in support of that aim.
Now, the announcement comes after an Israeli-American hostage was killed in Gaza over the weekend. President Biden calling the death, quote, as tragic as it is reprehensible. Biden also vowing to make sure Hamas leaders pay for their crimes. Well, if you need gas, a bathroom break, or a quick snack while driving, you are in luck. The newest Sheetz, where it's located, next.
You're watching Dayton 24/7 now.
Take Dayton 24/7 Now News.
We now know the city of Fairborn could soon be home to a Wawa convenience store. The popular Pennsylvania-based chain is planning to build at the corner of Spangler Road and North Broad Street. Now, the proposed 9.4-acre site currently sits slightly between Fairborn and Bath Township. Wawa is now requesting the store be designated as part of the city of Fairborn.
They would make an application to the Greene County Board of County Commissioners. They would hold a hearing on it. It would come to the city of Fairborn to say, yes, we would provide the city services. That would take place through a resolution by City Council, and then that would be forwarded back over to the Greene County Commissioners for them to have another public hearing before they would vote on it.
He goes on to say the process could take up to 4 months.
A new Sheetz now open in Centerville. It's open 24/7, 365 a year. Now on Miami's Brick Centerville Road. This marks the 108th store here in the state. the fourth just in Montgomery County. The store celebrated by offering free drinks and coffee all day to show customers appreciation for coming out. Sheets says more stores are in the works for the greater Dayton area.
We think the customers have gotten the chance to get to know us a little better over the past year. We opened our first store in the Dayton market about a year ago, last